right, are we ready? Here comes another book. This is one of my favorite books. I seriously love this series. Skippyjon Jones by Judy Schachner. And Skippyjon Jones is all about using your imagination and thinking of great different things to be and do. You're exploring and it's so much fun. We're going to read it. And I'll probably mess up 100 times, but just ignore it, okay? Skippyjon Jones by Judy Schachner. Look at that little thing. He's a Siamese cat with a big imagination. Every morning, Skippyjon Jones woke up with the birds. He did. He liked the birds. Look, he's in the bird feeder there. Or, I'm sorry, the bird bath. Told you I'd mess up. And this did not please his mother at all. "Get yourself down here right now, Mr. Kitten Britches," ordered Mama Junebug Jones. No self-respecting cat ever slept with a flock of birds, she scolded, or ate worms, or flew, or did his laundry in Mrs. Doohiggy's bird bath. She's carrying him home. The lecture went on and on as usual. "You've got to do some serious thinking before you leave this room, Mr. Fuzzy Pants," said his mother, "about just what it means to be a cat. Not a bird, not a mouse, not a grouse, not a moose or a goose, not a rat or a bat. You need to think about just what it means to be a Siamese cat. And stay out of your closet," she added, closing the bedroom door. Look at that. He's in his room. There's his toy box. He's sitting on his bed. There's his closet door. Whoa. There's Mama telling him, "Don't do it. I want you to think." But once he was alone, Skippyjon Jones began to bounce. Look at him bounce and bounce. Bounce. He's getting higher and bounce on his big boy bed. "Oh, I'm Skippyjon Jones and I bounce on my bed, and once or 6 times I land on my head." On his way down to earth from a gigantic big bounce, Skippyjon Jones shot past his bedroom mirror. Look at, he's bounced, whoosh. He's going right by his mirror, whoosh. "Holy guacamole!" exclaimed Skippyjon Jones. What was that? I wonder what he saw in his mirror. Do you know what he saw in his mirror? Let's see. He saw a dog. So he went up again. Bounce. And it appeared. Again it appeared. Then, using his very best Spanish accent, he said, "My ears are too big for my head. My head is too big for my body. I am not a Siamese cat. I am a Chihuahua." He thinks he's a Chihuahua dog. Back on land, Skippyjon Jones climbed into his toy box and rifled through some of his old junk. Oh, he's going through there. He's finding all his goodies. After he put on his mask and sword and climbed onto his mouse, Skippyjon Jones began to sing in a muy soft voice. "My name is Capito Fresquito. I fear not a single bandito. My manners are mellow. I'm sweet like the jello. I get the job done, yes indeed-o." Boom, boom. No comments on the singing. Back in the kitchen, Jujubee, Jezebel, and Jillyboo Jones were helping Mama Junebug Jones make lunch. "Can Skippyjon come out of his room now?" asked Jujubee. "No," answered Mama Junebug Jones. "Mr. Fluffernutter is still thinking." Was he thinking? I don't think he's thinking. I think he's playing. In fact, Skippyjon Jones wasn't thinking about being a Siamese cat at all. With a walk into his closet, his thoughts took him down a lonesome desert road far, far away in old Mexico. Look at, he went in his closet door, and this is where his imagination's taking him. Not long into his journey, a mysterioso band of Chihuahuas appeared out of the dusk. "Ay, caramba! Who goes there?" asked Skippyjon Jones. "We go by the name of the Los Chimichangos." Oh, growled Don Diego, the biggest of the small ones. "Who are you?" "I am El Skipito, the great sword fighter," said Skippyjon Jones. Then the smallest of the small ones spoke up. "Why the mosquito, dude?" asked Poquito Tito. "I go incognito," said Skippito. Do you like rice and beans? asked Pintolito. See, I love mice and beans, said Skippito. He might be the dog of our dreams, whispered Rosalito. Perhaps, said Tia Mia, if he knows the secret password. Look at all those little friends. Little friends with weird names. Not weird names, just hard to pronounce names. Leaning towards Don Diego, El Skippito half sneezed, half spoke the secret password into Chihuahua's very large ear. Ah, Chu-Pichu! Look, see, he's telling him right in his ear. Bless you, said Don Diego. Gracias, said Skippito. Then it is true, decreed Don Diego. Yip, yippee, yippito! It is the end of Alfredo Bazito. Skippito is here, we have nothing to fear. Adios to the bad Bumblebito. Then all of the chimichangos went crazy loco. I think we're going to end up redoing this book. Blah. First they had a fiesta. Cha-cha-cha-cha, la-cha-cha-cha, let's all dance and party. Cha-cha-cha-cha, let's all eat and drink and be merry. Woo, let's have a little bit of cider. We have some Kool-Aid. And, looks like some cactus. Then they all took a siesta. Ooh, it's time to take a snooze. Everybody's sleeping. Everybody but Skippito. Okay. But after waking up, the chimichangos got down to serious business. Using his paw, Don Diego drew a picture in the sand of the great Bumblebito for Skippito to see. A hush grew over the chimichangos so great that one could hear a whisker drop. Alfredo Bazito, whispered the crowd. El Bimpo, Bumblebito, Bandito. See, said Poquito Tito, the bandito steals our frijoles. Not your beans, cried Skippito, outraged. See, Poquito continued, red beans and black beans and Boston baked and blue, cocoa, coffee, kidney beans, pinto and jelly too. And now he comes for us, Poquito added. Por qué? Asked Skippito. Because we are full of the beans too. Then Don Diego stood tall and in his most somber voice declared, Yo quiero frijoles. Huh? asked Skippito. The dude just wants his beans back, said Poquito Tito. And you are the dog for the job. Me? said Skippito. Then all of the chimichangos turned towards Skippito, the great sword fighter. But poor Skippito had no time for a plan because in the blink of an eye, a gigantic shadow darkened the landscape. The chimichangas scattered in all directions. Look at they're running away. Whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. Vamos, Skippito, or 'tis you, the bandito, will eato, they cried. Skippito stood his ground, but his legs shimmied and shook like the jello, and his teeth chattered like the castanets. Then in a muy soft voice, he said, My name is Skippito. Fresquito, I fear not a single bandito. But Alfredo Bazito flew straight for Skippito until the bean-eating bandito hovered only inches away from the great sword fighter's face. Hole frijoles! cried Skippito as he thrust his sword in the air. Whoosh! Uh-oh. Suddenly, pop! went the bandito, landing on Skippito's sword. Oh no, look at it, there's a big hole. And quicker than one could say Chihuahua's cheese and crackers, every kind of bean came spilling out of Alfredo Bazito, the Bumblebito Bandito. Look at all the beans, they're all flying out. Ooh, beans everywhere, beans, good protein. And everybody needs a jelly bean every now and then. Then all the doggies burst into the song. Yip, yippee, yippito! Our hero is a Skippito. He's the dog of our dreams who delivered the beans, and now we can make our burrito. Yeah, okay. Yeah, we'll probably be redoing this one. But back at home, there was such a ruckus coming from Skippyjon's room that Mama Junebug Jones and the girls just had to find out what was going on. They raced down the hall to the kitty boy's room. Banguito! Crashito! Papito! Skippito! Oh my goodness, look at that. Just in time to see Skippyjon's closet exploding. Ooh, look at everything just whoosh, all over the place. Then out flew Candy and beanbag doggies and the kitty boy with his birthday piñata on his head. Uh-oh. Skippyjon Jones, everyone cried. Hola, muchachitas. Muchachitas, he said in a mooey soft voice. Oh, well. Mama Junebug Jones lifted up Skippyjon and covered his head with furry purry kisses. What am I going to do with you, Mr. Cocoa Pugs? She scolded. She's giving him kisses and sugars. That night, when he was supposed to be going to sleep, Skippyjon Jones began to bounce and bounce on his big boy bed. Oh, I'm Skippyjon Jones with a mind of my own, and I'll bounce on my bed for hours. I know I'm a cat, but forget about that. Say goodnight, Skippyjon Jones, called his mama. Buenas noches, mis amigos, said Skippyjon Jones. Anyway, I am going to redo this one because I did mess up quite a bit, but it's an awesome book. I love Skippyjon Jones, and he has such adventures. Pretty cool. Look at, there's the back of it, too. Did you like that book? Skippyjon Jones, the great Skippito. I love you, and I will see you later. Bye-bye.